Hey everybody, this is Cameron from Obnoxious and Anonymous, and welcome to the Twin Peaks Thought of the Day for Wednesday, September 20th, 2017. Hal, I have a question. Why on earth are we still talking about Twin Peaks when Twin Peaks Season 3 is now over?
Good question. I would have to answer that Cameron, it is a continuing story.
It definitely is that. And that's why the videos are going to continue on.
And I'm glad we can dispense with the return subtitle. It is now the third season.
I remember when I started to do the videos at the beginning when it first started.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know how to introduce it as. I mean, I kept saying, it's Twin Peaks 2017, Twin Peaks The Return, Twin Peaks Season 3, whatever you guys want to call it. And a lot of people would be writing into me, it's Twin Peaks The Return. Well, not anymore.
Right. And now we know that that was really just a Showtime thing to differentiate it from seasons 1 and 2, which they had up on the stream. So they wanted to let you know these are new episodes, but it really was never called The Return by the creators.
Well, and also, I mean, when you watch the show, it just said Twin Peaks.
Right.
So I just say Twin Peaks 2017 just so that people know which incarnation I'm referring to.
Yeah. But now that the box set's coming out and it says the third season, we can say season 3.
All right. So I have to ask you because David Lynch did, come out and say if there ever was a season 4 or anything like that, that it would be several years later because of how long it took them to make this one.
Sadly, he did.
Does it give you hope, though? Even blind optimistic hope that because it's called the third season, that suggests that it's an installment, and there could be more installments.
It does give me maybe false hope, but I'll hang on to that glimmer of hope because he didn't call it the final season.
True. Now, if it was just called Twin Peaks: The Return, I would be like, well, it might be a standalone thing. But the third season, I don't. To me, look, listen. I'm not saying that season 4 is going to happen next year. I was one of the people that said it's not going to happen next year. If it does happen,
I don't know that we'd want it to happen next year because it would be a rushed affair at that point.
Exactly. So, but I do hope they do it at some point.
Oh, me too.
And I hope
it's not 25 more years because I might be checked out by that point.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you, what did you think of that cover of Agent Cooper and Mr. C?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. And like you said, it dovetails nicely with the entire mystery box set. It's really nicely done. I've heard some people complaining about it, and I don't see that. I like the half and half motif.
I do too. I mean, I can see why some people might have a problem with it because I remember when I first saw the complete mystery Blu-ray set, I was thinking, is that really going to be the cover? Because it is kind of bizarre looking.
Yeah.
Then you get used to it, but when you first see it, you think that looks like fan art. I don't know. I mean, I would have been okay if maybe they had him, Cooper, looking somewhere like in a mirror or something, having Mr. C reflected back, something, you know what I mean? Like I would have been okay with anything like that. But I have to say that if I was to look at all of the poster art for Twin Peaks, when they released it as the pilot, the international pilot, the return, all that, I still think that the original US poster of Fire Walk With Me is probably the greatest poster of this whole saga.
I have one of those.
That is, I have the European one, but I really want to get a US one because I remember seeing that in Premiere magazine in 1992.
Yeah.
Again, that is the most beautiful poster I had seen. In fact, that poster is so epic, it suggests a movie that's not really there. that's not Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me.
That's too bad because when I worked in radio, when Fire Walk With Me came out, I called Lynch's office and talked to, who was his publicist at the time? Gay Pope, remember that name? All right. And she sent me, I told her we were going to do some sort of promotion for the movie, which never happened. I was just a fan trying to get some freebies. But she sent me like 3 Fire Walk With Me shirts and 5 of those posters. And I've given them away over the years and kept one for myself. I wish I had an extra one. I'd pass it along to you, but I'm down to my last one, man.
Yeah, I think that poster is absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
And when I say it's I don't know, it's just, it's not the movie we got. Like it is the movie we got, but not really, because that poster suggests like epicness. And Fire Walk With Me, as much as I love that movie, it's not like epic. Like Wild at Heart is epic.
Yes. I just watched that the other night. Monday night, it played on the MGM channel, Wild at Heart. And I mean, I have it on DVD, but you know, it was just fun to watch on broadcast TV.
Although I do have to say that the Fire Walk With Me fan cut that I recently watched is epic.
Thanks for sending me that. I've kind of flipped through it, you know, to the key points where I knew they were going to merge the footage and stuff. And it's really, really well done. Like you said, it was really enjoyable to watch.
For the most part, I think it's very well done. There's a few little corrections I've spotted that probably could be adjusted in terms of sound. Yeah. You know, in terms of some of the dissolving of some of the music cues, but I would say for the most part, it's much better than I thought it could have been. Like I was expecting just a bunch of missing pieces just crammed in there, but it was actually done with some finesse and love.
It was,
and that made me happy as a fan.
Me too. I mean, one of my favorite parts is the Hap's Diner scene, and it was always so short. I like Irene, so I love the fact that we saw that all merged together, you know, as one giant chunk now.
Right, and I just think that some of the stuff with Laura Palmer and her family, and that it just works so well having that in there. Just super, super happy. Okay, guys. So here's the thing.
We should give a shout out to the guy's name was Q2 that put that together.
Yeah,
I think he yanked it from a lot of the platforms it was on.
He had to.
Yeah, but you know, I'm sure it's still floating around on there on some sites somewhere, but I'm not sure where.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's out there if you're poking around enough.
Exactly.
I hadn't been able to find it until somebody kind of contacted me and said, "Hey, would you like to see it?" And I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
I was just such in the Twin Peaks mood after the season 3 finale. Okay, so guys, I know we are live. I just want to say this. So how do I even begin this? If you guys are watching, there's a bunch of you right now watching live. I tweeted Amy Shiels a short time ago, and I kind of said, "Hey, you know, you should come on the show. I don't know, soon, or you know, maybe tonight. I don't know. I mean, who knows? She's a really busy person, I'm sure, but we're doing the show tonight." And I was kind of like, "Hey, we'd love to have you on." Anyway, bunch of you guys.
Handy is dandy.
And liquor is quicker. But a bunch of you guys in the chat have already tweeted her. And if you haven't tweeted her, tweet her out there and let her know you want to see her on the show. She's already liking people's tweets, and she's now following us on Twitter.
Excellent.
So that's that. I love that. I love kind people in the celebrity world. But yeah, if you guys want to tweet Amy Shiels and tell her you want to see her on the show, let's do it.
If she comes on, you have to get her to do that floating hand movement. That was my favorite thing she did. If you watch her in the background, she's always doing this. I love it.
Yeah, I'd probably ask her how many outfits is Candy supposed to be wearing the same outfit day after day, or is she like Albert Einstein that just has a collection of them in her closet and just
a whole rack full of the exact same gear?
Yeah, totally. Okay. A lot of news to get to. George in the chat earlier was like, "What are they going to talk about tonight?" And I was like,
"Yeah, show's over. Who cares? Move on. What else are we going to watch? Ray Donovan, right?"
Well, you know, the Will and Grace reunion show is coming up soon, so that's.
So have you canceled Showtime yet, Cam?
No,
I haven't either. I've been wanting to, but part of me feels grateful to them for Twin Peaks. So I don't know. Isn't that stupid?
Yeah, I'm giving them one more month, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because you said that you would be able to have it, if not on Showtime, you would have like, a digital download of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we know that there's going to be extras on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say there weren't extras on the Blu-ray set. Let's say it just came out. That's it. The episodes are what they are, and that's it. No other extras.
Yeah.
Would you still buy it on December 5th, knowing that you had all the episodes already in HD? Or would you wait until the inevitable sale because you're basically paying money for what you already have?
I want it in my hands. I'm not much of a kind of nerd collector. So yes, I would want the piece, as it's released. I don't care. The bonus stuff is gravy to me. I still want the hard copy of the show with the sound. It's not compressed sound like it would be broadcast on Showtime. So yes, I would buy it immediately.
Listen, who am I kidding? I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it that day, and I know there's gonna be.
I know you said you weren't gonna buy the soundtracks, and then like the next day you're like, okay, I bought the soundtracks.
Well, there was a reason for that, Hal.
Okay.
When I saw the online prices, I was like, I don't know, but then I got wind that Target had an exclusive for the Roadhouse songs at $11, which I think that's a pretty fair price.
Yeah.
And so I picked it up and I got my awesome Bang Bang Bar coaster.
Right.
But I've been grooving around to it, driving around. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic CD.
Agreed.
I didn't think I was gonna maybe like it, but I really love it.
My girlfriend, who has not yet watched the 3rd season, she's gonna wait till the discs come out. But I told her I had the soundtrack and we were taking a long drive, and I go, "Can I play the Twin Peaks soundtrack?" She goes, "You're gonna spoil this show for me, aren't you?" I'm going, "Well, And I put it on, and she's like, "Okay, go to the Nine Inch Nails track," because she's a huge fan of them. So I played that for her first. Then I went back and played it, and she's like, "Oh, there's a lot of good stuff on here." And she hasn't even watched the show, so she really enjoyed it. That was cool.
And I gotta say, well, 2 things. One is I am kind of sad though that the second Chromatics and the second Au Revoir Simone song is not on there.
Yeah, we're completists. We want all the songs.
Well, it's called Songs from the Roadhouse. Let's have all the songs from the Roadhouse. I'm
mad that they didn't put Harry Dean Stanton, Red River Valley on there.
Well, he didn't perform at the Roadhouse.
Well, on the other one though.
Oh yeah.
On the score.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
It would have been.
I would have rather have had one of the Chromatic song than the ZZ Top song on the soundtrack, but
I got to admit the ZZ Top song I had to skip. It just jumps out of nowhere, and I'm back in classic rock radio days. I'm like, I don't need to hear that one again. I've heard that too many times.
It's funny. I almost feel like Lynch wanted to have ZZ Top there, and they couldn't make it, and so they just brought out a speaker and blasted the song anyway.
Right. Crank it up.
It's
with the pine cone meter.
it's funny. It's a funny moment with that guy just rocking out stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite moment of the return.
Hey, so name 2 or 3 people that if you were booking the Roadhouse, that you would like to see play a gig at the Roadhouse.
Joan Osborne.
Good one.
She's just got the perfect soulful voice. Yeah, I don't know. That's a kind of interesting question.
Yeah, I would go with a couple that I would like to see would be Tom Waits.
Yeah,
he'd be perfect, and Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. I think he would fit in there really well.
Completely. Yeah. In fact, I did a rendition of what Tom Waits would sound like doing Sycamore Trees on a couple of podcasts ago.
Excellent. Yeah. I can hear it.
Totally. Okay. Let's see where to start. Oh, we're getting more tweets here. Oh, thank you, you guys. Keep retweeting, tweeting her. She's digging it. Okay. Where should we start? Let's start with since we were talking about the Blu-ray release of the 3rd season. Don't forget, guys, in October, David Lynch What is that? What is it called? The documentary.
The Art Life.
The Art Life. I was going to say the Art World. The Art Life is coming out on Criterion in October.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, Amazon had it for $16 new Blu-ray. So, keep your eyes out for that. That's a pretty good sale for that.
Did you see somebody faked a tweet? Looks like it came from David Lynch's Twitter about the Twin Peaks Halloween Spectacular coming up. It's contain a lot of weird stuff. And it's like everybody's going, really? It's like, no, check his Twitter feed. It's first of all, why would he get it? It's going to contain some really weird stuff.
that's hilarious. Well, some people, of course, are saying, well, when the Blu-ray set comes out, we'll have episode 19. What happened to Audrey? No, right. We're not. Sorry, guys.
As a bonus feature, yeah, right.
Okay. Besides the Art Life Blu-ray, also in October.
Yes.
We are getting Fire Walk with Me released by Criterion.
Mm-hmm.
And I have now the final specs for it.
Oh, good. I haven't heard yet. So.
Okay. Well, don't get too excited.
Okay.
Okay. You get the Between Two Worlds, which we already have.
Already have.
We get the Missing Pieces, which you already have, but it'll be great to have them better synced.
Exactly.
We get the 1992 archival interviews that we already have.
Mm-hmm.
We have new interviews though with Cheryl Lee and Angela Badalamenti, both around 22 minutes long.
Okay.
And that's it.
Well, I'm going to buy it anyway because, like you said, it'll correct the sound sync problems on the CBS set. So anything beyond that,
even if you have a player that played the Missing Pieces perfectly,
mm-hmm.
I honestly would say pick this up at a Criterion sale sometime, because what if you go to someone's house and you want to show them the Missing Pieces and their Blu-ray player doesn't sync it up properly? Now you'll have one that just will.
Right. You don't want to cart around that box set and dig for it that thing's kind of hard to manage anyway.
Yeah.
You lose your little Fire Walk with Me thing underneath the flap. Just want to keep that intact.
But yeah, so there's not a lot on there. And I mean, obviously if you have the Blu-ray set and you're happy with it, great. But I don't know, wait for a Criterion sale. They happen, a few times a year. Barnes & Noble, Criterion.com, they have it. I honestly would just pick it up, because if you pick up the Art Life, if you pick up Fire Walk with Me, if you picked up Eraserhead or Mulholland Drive, then that will encourage them to maybe keep going.
Exactly.
Because I would love to see a Criterion Straight Story, Criterion Elephant Man, Criterion Lost Highway.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lost Highway does not have I believe, a Region 1 Blu-ray release. Neither does Straight Story and Elephant Man. But, there are streaming HD versions of it. But
still, an artist of Lynch's caliber is deserving of his entire, output on Blu-ray. Are
you hoping though for the Mark Frost wish that season 3 will also include On the Air?
If he wants to include that as a bonus disc, I have no problem with that.
Okay,
it doesn't really fit in the box.
No, it doesn't.
But if it was just in there, like, in a flap, it's not even on the box. You just find the disc at the bottom and it's On the Air 1 through 7. I'd go, yeah, man. That'd be badass.
It doesn't fit though.
No,
it doesn't
at all.
If anything, what they should do is include it with the Criterion Fire Walk with Me, because both dropped in August of 1992.
I just hope I don't buy the box set and then find out, like, at Target's got the exclusive. It comes with the On the Air bonus disc,
Okay, well, do you go on Blu-ray.com?
I do not.
Okay, well, you need to go on Blu-ray.com,
okay.
Because when titles come out, you can type them in, and they will show you what every store is getting. Because that's how I planned, like, if I'm going to go to Target, Best Buy, Walmart, whoever's got the best exclusives, that's where I'm going.
Okay.
But they break it down for you, like who's getting what.
Oh, good deal. I'll check that out. Thank you.
I'm hoping that maybe a Blu-ray set will come with, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy. You can get like a baby Groot. I want to get like a baby evolution of the arm, like a little tree.
Right.
That would be
why not?
That'd be hilarious. George says, we need Blu-rays of Wild at Heart, Lost Highway, Straight Story, Inland Empire. I want Wild at Heart. Wild at Heart is out there. I can't remember who's that off the top of my head. I can't even remember. Twilight Time released it on Blu-ray, and apparently it looks fantastic, but it's just a Blu-ray of the DVD we already have. I want Criterion to take it on, and I want all those deleted scenes from the Lime Green set on there.
Yeah.
Remaster in HD. I don't listen. David Lynch doesn't have to go back and rescore it and resound it and all that. I just want like a clear HD image of those rough scenes. That's all.
Like I said, I watched it Monday night, and I love that movie. I hadn't seen it in a while, and it was like so fun to watch.
And that movie is amazing, just absolutely amazing. And you have to crank it loud.
Oh, you got to, yeah.
You know.
And Willem Dafoe is Bobby Peru. It's just genius, man. It's great.
He's like Bobby Peru.
Bobby Peru,
just like the country.
Yeah. There's going to be a deep sound coming down from Bobby Peru.
Yeah, you know, I mean, a lot of that dialogue is from Barry Gifford's book.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Lynch just has a way of just giving it to the right actor, and they just nailed it.
He delivers it perfectly.
In fact, the opening credits of that movie is one of the truly most spectacular opening credit sequences I've ever seen in any film.
Yeah.
So much so that when his next theatrical film, which was Fire Walk with Me, you almost go, oh man, like he already
did the fire thing.
He already did the fire thing in Wild at Heart. Like that would have been a spectacular opening credits for Fire Walk with Me, you know. So, and
it's such a rock and roll movie too, man. It's like when she's going, get me some music on this radio now, and they're like, he's kicking the dust up and stuff. That's badass.
In fact, I've shown that movie to people, you know, fans of Lynch, non-fans of Lynch. They all say the same thing. Oh, I mean, this is today.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is in this.
Oh,
and then when they see it, they go, he used to be a great actor. It's like, yes,
very
he
much
was.
so. Yeah, if you want to see another good Nicolas Cage, Vampire's Kiss.
Oh, that was the year before.
I love that.
And he didn't do Wild at Heart. I mean, he did Wild at Heart when Coppola was interested in him doing Godfather 3. So he turned down Godfather 3 to do Wild at Heart, and he would have been Vincent.
He made the right move.
Wild at Heart is I think that, I mean, a lot of people praise him for all types of movies, and I adore Nicolas Cage because of Wild at Heart, and I liked him before that, and I liked him after that. Yeah. But Wild at Heart, to me, like him and Sailor and Lula, I completely agree with people who say they are epic characters,
epic lovers.
Yeah,
it's an epic love story. I agree.
And I know this is like a Twin Peaks podcast, but
Lynch,
the you know, the ending in Wild at Heart is completely David Lynch. That is not in the book. The book ends with Sailor walking away from Lula. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
She you know, he kissed her goodbye and she let him go, is how it ends.
Yeah.
Lynch is the one that said they did not make this kind of journey to be separated. That's right. He gave Gifford his ending, and then he continued it on. He brought but he didn't just like add it on where it was like David Lynch is like, okay, if I just do this, it's going to be more commercially viable. You know, he tied it all in. He brought back Linda the Good Witch. He turned it into Love Me Tender, which of course calls back. It's so well done.
Perfect.
That you don't sit there and go, God, I wanted the bleak, depressing ending, and Lynch had to just give me the Hollywood ending because it just fits so perfectly.
It's great from beginning to end.
And I love the fact that the first hour is go, 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 go. Yeah. And then when they basically become broke in Big Tuna, Texas, the pace slows.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And you get all those creepy denizens of the Big Tuna. It's like John Lurie's in there, and
oh yeah, it's great. But like
Jack Nance, great.
But those John Lurie and was it Pruitt, Taylor Vin. I can't remember his name. I think that's what it is, something like that. Those two guys sitting in Big Tuna, where before Bobby Peru shows up.
Yeah,
they're like so amused at the fact that where they are is a complete crap hole.
right.
they're just hilarious. They're just
John Lurie's got the Confederate flag on his hat and stuff.
and they bring out Jack Nance, and he's like,
yeah,
my dog barks.
Yeah, you might picture Toto from The Wizard of Oz.
But I can tell you, my dog is always
with me. Genius, man. What a blast.
Bell Jar Girl just says, Mark Frost is doing a signing of the final dossier on Halloween in Pasadena.
Cool.
That's awesome. That sounds great.
How close is that to you?
It's about 6 hours.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. No, it's great. I know some people that are already got their tickets to go get Lynch's autograph. He's doing some signing down there for something, and people had to wait in a line around the block like all day long to get even the tickets to do that. And so that's, I mean, hey, that's fantastic. I mean, expect maybe 10 seconds with the guy, but hey, it's going to be great.
Yeah, definitely. I got an autographed Catching the Big Fish that my friend from Chicago got me. I didn't get it in person, but it's nice to have anyway.
Completely. All right, next thing to talk about. David Lynch has come forward and has revealed why he redubbed David Bowie in Twin Peaks season 3.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell us what happened?
So it turns out that, of course, he wanted Bowie. Lynch said that he never talked to Bowie, but he talked to his lawyers. And the lawyers said, he didn't want to do it. And they didn't really tell him why until, obviously, we found out later. He said the reason that the voice was dubbed is because someone had, or Bowie had decided that his Louisiana accent was not good. So he was sort of ashamed of it, or somebody ridiculed him about it, or he didn't like it, or for whatever reason it was. But he just asked specifically that his voice wasn't used in the footage that they would be using for the season 3.
That sounds pretty logical to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Which and Lynch said, which he can't understand because he thinks that Bowie's accent in Fire Walk with Me was, beautiful, as Lynch always says that word, but it was. I love that. Hell, God, baby, damn, no. That's like excellent, man. I love his accent in there.
Yeah. No, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that they did it primarily because of the new scene, and they wanted it to match. Mm-hmm. That was my initial, and that probably played a little bit of a factor into it as well, because they said, well, if we're going to redub it, then we can use that voice in other places too. So right, that's probably good. But Lynch just said
got a real guy from Louisiana to do the dubbing, whatever.
Right, which is what David Bowie wanted. Yeah. And Lynch has come out to say that it is actually just a machine.
Right.
It's not a giant tea kettle.
he said I sculpted that part of the machine that was the tea kettle spout thing, but I wished I would have made it straight because everybody's calling it a tea kettle, but it's just a machine. And then if you're a Bowie fan, it's a tin machine.
Now listen. David Lynch really wants to get something off his mind when he actually answers something.
Right. Yeah, he's sick of the tea kettle thing.
He was just like, enough.
Yeah.
People are been coming after him ever since the return. I saw this video today that somebody sent me where somebody asked him, what happened to Audrey?
It's the new House Annie.
And he goes, what do you think happened to her?
Right.
No, well, listen, I mean, is there really much discussion about like what happened? I don't know what's going on with my camera right now, but all right. Can you see me okay, Hal?
Yeah, everything looks good on mine.
Okay. I mean, listen, it seems pretty obvious to me. Let me ask you this. What do you think happened to Audrey? And I'll tell you what I think happened.
You know, it's like I'm kind of like Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. I've puzzled and puzzled till my puzzler is sore. I don't know that I have a definitive answer for a lot of things, and it doesn't matter. I'm digging just letting the mystery be. But what do I think happened to Audrey? I think that I don't know. I really don't know. What do you think happened to Audrey, Cameron?
Well, I can only infer from what we know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and again, this isn't what I think everyone should think, but this is just what I think.
Sure.
Okay, I just want to make it clear. Some people think we talk in facts around here, and
right.
we only talk in facts in terms of what we think. So
right.
My feeling is, like Diane, the doppelganger had his way with Audrey.
Mm-hmm.
She is above the convenience store. She's somewhere in that kind of reality. And by Cooper resetting the timeline, it saved Audrey. She's not in there anymore.
I think she's a tulpa.
Okay. Are you going to start this with me now? Okay. I wasn't planning to get into this subject right now because I'm actually writing to Amy Shiels right now, trying to get her on the show tonight. And you're going to hit me with this right now? Okay, Hal. Hashtag Annie Blackburn is not a tulpa. I'm going to just say that right now. Now that the tulpas have been introduced into this Twin Peaks world, everybody's saying everybody else is the tulpa. Enough. Enough. The only tulpas we have seen are the ones they have shown us.
Everybody in seasons 1 and 2 are tulpas.
Oh, good Lord. Anyway, there was a number. Listen, we love Emma, right? The vlog lady. You know, we adore her. We adore her videos. She's been a guest on here a few times. I'm hoping to get her back soon for a discussion about some other things.
You've been surrounding yourself with the ladies lately. Well,
you know, it helps with the views.
But I'm surprised you invited me back, man. It was Cam's harem for a while.
I'm kidding. Okay. Anyway, oh my God, I gotta just say, listen, most of you guys are absolutely wonderful, perfect, just wonderful people. There are a few complete jerk-offs out there that were so ticked that I had Mandy and Annie on to talk about the final couple episodes and a couple thoughts of the day and stuff like that. They were just like, enough of the women crap. Bring back Hal. I just want you to know that Hal being on here is not me trying to react to them and please you. I just hadn't had Hal on here in a while, so
yeah, it's not fan service. I was just the only one available tonight.
No, not true. But anyway, I just want to say I adore the vlog lady to pieces. When she was on this podcast a while ago, we discussed her Annie Blackburn theory, which was, she thought that Annie Blackburn was manufactured long before this whole Tulpa theory.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that theory is, she really worked it out. And I think it's a really interesting theory, but it doesn't work for me, but that's just me. But a lot of people out there are now convinced. I see in Twitter land, everyone's convinced Annie Blackburn's now a tulpa. She's not a tulpa, everybody. Okay? There's no evidence of anything that she's a tulpa. You can have a theory all you want. There's no evidence that and don't say, oh, you don't have evidence that she wasn't a tulpa. Is there any indication at all in season 2 that she's not real?
No.
She wins Miss Twin Peaks. Obviously, she's real. They see her. She's not a figment of Cooper's imagination. Anyway, I just thought it was hilarious that now there's this whole like underground movement to just let's make Annie Blackburn a tulpa so we can forget about her. No, Annie Blackburn happened. She's real. And you need to deal with that. And
I agree.
and Hal doesn't answer.
I agree. I don't disagree. But I'm open. But my mind is open. If everybody turns out to be a tulpa, I'll throw my hands up and go, okay, tulpa. But yeah, until there's any evidence,
I will jump out my window like Alex in A Clockwork Orange if she is.
I just hope that it continues to where we can figure out yes or no on questions like that.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that she's not. I mean, there's nothing to negate the fact that she was ever real.
No, I just mean I want more stories so we can ponder these mysteries further.
Just keep talking for a second, Hal. I got to finish this real quick.
Okay, what can I talk about? Let's
Show
see.
us. Tell us about the CD soundtracks that actually it does have a.
Yeah, because you said at first on your last video that there was no booklet in this.
Right. It was so tucked. It was so tucked in. I couldn't see it.
Crammed in there. I love that. I love the back cover too with the pinecone microphone. That's genius. And but yeah, there is a booklet, and here it is, same front cover, and the artwork's all designed by David Lynch too, which is nice. And there he is, my man, Roadhouse MC, and then pictures of now. See, Julie Cruz can't complain anymore. She got a full page. The other ones just get segments. And what else is in the booklet? Chromatics. What else? Riley Lynch. For those of you who don't have it, we'll just show it. There's Rebecca Del Rio's thematically correct wardrobe. And the 9 Inch Nails. And you gotta love the sweeping up at the Roadhouse to round out the booklet. That was great. And I don't, unfortunately, have the coaster, so Cameron will have to show that.
Oh, I showed the coaster off earlier, and we don't need to show that Bang Bang Bar coaster anytime soon again.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought of you when I saw the sticker on the front. It said, says songs from the Bang Bang Bar. 20 songs from the Bang Bang Bar, everybody.
Niles wants to know, is the Julie Cruz song longer? It's actually, I believe, the original version of the song.
Yeah, it's just the original The World Spins, so nothing new there.
Exactly.
I think that's what part of what pissed her off is I think she sang it live and then they put the dubbed version. Probably said they didn't have to pay her extra.
George wants to know, is the other Chromatics track on the score soundtrack? I don't believe it is.
It is not. Nope.
But I heard they redid the Audrey Horne dance music to give it that electrical ending.
Oh, so it's a remix of the original track or a new?
Yeah, but they add in the zzz at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
You haven't fully gotten through that one. I did like Grady's Groove because I always liked. What's the drummer's name? In the Angelo Badalamenti stuff, the guy that plays with the brushes. Grady somebody was the drummer, so they have Grady's Groove on this soundtrack, and it's just all his brushwork on the drums. It's fantastic. Love it.
Okay, so that's dealt with.
Grady Tate is his name, by the way.
So what do you think of the soundtracks overall?
I like them. I got those two and Dean Hurley's and was driving around in the car all afternoon listening to them. And
so you're driving around listening to ambient sound?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's creepy. I was listening to the Air on Fire too, the old David Lynch ambient release from like 2007. This one.
Wait a minute, Jeffrey is saying the Chromatics is on the score.
Wait a minute, let's look. I've got my contacts in, so it's hard for me to see.
He says Saturday is the Chromatics song.
Ah, he's right.
Okay.
It is on there.
Okay, is the other Au revoir Simone song on there?
Looking. Trying to focus my contact lenses. That I don't see, no. No, but the chromatics is on there.
Okay.
Saturday. Yep.
All right.
So now we're only missing one track.
Yeah, but thank God they put on the Viva Las Vegas music on the.
Yeah.
Norman says no, the song is not. It's on their own album, which I bought. See, now I'm gonna have to buy La Revo Simone music as well.
Do we want to go through the booklet on the score?
Yeah, let's do it real quick. Don't show it too much because I don't want to be.
Laura's house.
Well, I can't even see it.
Oh. Laura's house.
Okay.
Okay, and then we've got, this is good. See that?
Okay, pause there. One of our frequent viewers, Nick, contacted me today and said that the Slow 30s song that's on the score is from the 2007 Dean Hurley David Lynch album.
That's right. That's the one I was just talking about. The Air is on Fire. It's in there. Yeah, it's about 47 minutes into it. It's this. Here's the cover of it. It's just a printed out cover because I didn't get the hard copy. But but yeah, it's just ambient sounds, and it's I guess it was made for his exhibition. It's called The Air is on Fire. So it like played in the exhibition itself, just as ambient sounds. But yeah, about 47 minutes into it, you hear that dark 30s theme for sure. Nice surprise. And then further on in the booklet, you get the centerfold of the bomb.
Now, Hal, Matthew in the chat is asking, who else is getting the Blue Rose magazine? My issue 3 came in mail today. So why don't you show everybody? Issue
3 of the Blue Rose magazine. And it's got kind of a summary of parts 1 through 10 in here. It's got a really nice tribute by Scott Ryan, one of the co-editors, along with John Thorne, a tribute to the Log Lady, which is a really nice piece. And it's got a surprise back cover that I won't show you because they asked not to show it till everybody got their copies. But you can get a copy of it at bluerosemag.com, and please subscribe to support those guys because it's really good. And then just to round out the booklet, we get the Fireman's Weird Machine there, and then the final pictures in the score soundtrack are Bob and the Golden Orb. So that's a nice package. And then Laura on the front, of course. And the sycamore trees on the back. Cool stuff. And don't forget Dean Hurley's.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Soundtrack. Yeah, please.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
I thought I was just vamping while you were doing something.
Okay, guys, I need you. Remember back in the day when we did the finale episode and Sabrina Sutherland was trying to get on and she was having some trouble? Need you guys to cross your fingers, say whatever prayer to whoever you want. Amy Shiels is trying to come on and she's having some difficulty. So let's keep your fingers crossed and let's hopefully she'll be able to come join us.
Wow,
Hal?
that'd be great.
Yeah, I told her just to come in for a minute or two, and then we'll talk to her later. When I'm more prepared with questions and stuff. But
cool.
It'd be super cool if she was able to pop in for a second.
It would.
So I want to thank you guys for tweeting her at her. She's super excited to come on, and so hopefully she will be here any minute. I just wrote her back and she has seen that message. And so hopefully she'll come back. Yes, I want to thank everybody for tweeting at her. Yes, Mark says, think of questions now. Yeah, start throwing some questions in here.
There she is. Check her out.
There she is. All right. So let's go. Okay. Next thing we will discuss while we're waiting for her. Okay. So Mandy the other day talked about that there had been rumors online that there had been a fight scene that was shot between Red and Bobby, and with Shelley kind of there. And
what started that rumor? Just still photos from
from people seeing like Dane Ashbrook and Balthazar Getty, and just outside, and Balthazar Getty's shirt, kind of jacket was off. He had his white shirt on,
Okay.
So that was going around, and Manny was able to track down the pictures, and it turns out that actually wasn't a scene that was shot and then not put in the final edit. It actually was them rehearsing for the diner scene when Red took Shelley outside and they were outside of the diner. So that actually was a rumor that kind of went far, because we kind of were discussing it as like, wow, that's interesting. I hope it's part of the missing pieces of the DVD or the Blu-ray set of the season 3. But it looks like all it was just rehearsal footage. So
don't look for that on the deleted scenes. And we have been promised deleted scenes by Sabrina Sutherland, correct?
I think so, but...
Or no, she promised a making of. That's right.
Right.
Behind the scenes feature.
And they did a really great making of on the gold box. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we could get something really cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting for the box to show up any second with Amy on it. So I'm getting a little nervous here, which is so unlike me. Like, if I know that somebody's coming, I'm totally fine. But if I don't know if they're going to be here any second, I get
if you're anticipating the moment. Well, she can pop in at any time and we'll just drop what we're talking about. So completely.
Yeah. So, all right. David Lynch apparently rejected a Nine Inch Nails song for the new Twin Peaks for not being ugly enough.
Didn't make his hair stand on end enough.
So that's why he chose the one we did.
But I thought his hair always stood on end. Right? How would David Lynch's hair stand on end?
Yeah.
More than it already is. He'd have to be a Jack Manson Eraserhead.
Right. George says, Kyle says we're going to get a behind the scenes featurette on the Blu-rays.
Yes. Yeah, that's been confirmed. The deleted scenes have not been confirmed.
No. All right. So yeah, that's interesting though, that they had to submit a couple different songs to him.
Yeah, he just wanted something more intense. I think they probably went for maybe the dark mood, but then he wanted the raging intensity. So
right.
But Trent Reznor said he would not mention the song, which I think is a song that exists, but he's not going to tell the title of it.
Okay.
Which one was rejected, I guess. All
right. Give me a second, Hal. I gotta submit this. You got anything else you can show us real quick?
Let's see.
Sorry, guys. It's the pleasure of live video.
I'll plug the Dean Hurley disc again because I keep talking about that. The ambient disc from Dean Hurley, Anthology Resource Volume 1, which are basically all his sound cues and things from season 3. And if you like ambient music, it's really, really cool. And that's like a $5 download for the lossless files. You can get them in FLAC or WAV files, AIFF. So go to Dean Hurley's, just search that and you can find it. I forget what his website is. I think it's not through SoundCloud, it's something else. I can't remember what it is. But you can find it if you look for it. What else? What else has been going on? Lynch-wise, trying to think of other articles I read. I have some great tributes to Harry Dean Stanton. He did a little radio
Okay,
show.
you weren't on here for that. Mandy and Annie did theirs. Why don't you give us what you went through when you found out that Harry Dean Stanton had passed away?
I mean, it's just another loss for our Twin Peaks beloved cast, and he's the beloved Carl Rod. I mean, he was the heart. He was the big heart in season 3. So, and I mean, just a great actor. I mean, I followed his career since Paris, Texas, really, and loved him and most of his stuff. And of course, every time he worked with Lynch, it was excellent. I just watched Wild at Heart the other night, and Johnny Farragut's genius.
To me, Johnny Farragut is the Harry Dean Stanton role in a David Lynch film. Like I listen, I like him and all the other stuff, but I think Johnny Farragut is the perfect use of Harry Dean Stanton. Johnny Farragut is like it could not be anyone other than Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
And when Grace Zabriskie and they're all like torturing him and stuff, and he just does that look at the camera with those puppy dog eyes, it's perfect.
The resignation moment.
Yeah.
When he knows it's over. Yeah. Yeah. He does that perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, and just the way he like kind of flirts with Marietta, it's you believe his attraction to her.
Right. He's smitten and she's using him, and he plays that just right, you know.
Right.
He's all completely entranced and she's just manipulating.
But even when they show him the Santos ring and then you know, he doesn't go, oh, that witch double betrayed me and stuff. No. I mean, he just goes, oh, Marietta. Like he understands that she's in over his head and over her head, but he still doesn't assign blame to her. Like he kind of seems like if she is plotting against him, it's because she's in over her head about something, you know. So even till the very end, he's still like smitten with her.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
And when he does that, when he's alone in his hotel room watching the animals tear each other up, kind of like Sarah in season 3. I love it when he sees those wild animals and he just starts going, yeah. Because that's what you do when you're alone in the hotel at night. Nobody's looking at you.
But you know what? That has a lot in common with Grace Zabriskie watching the animals.
It does.
In part 2.
Total parallel to that, yeah.
Totally.
Harry Dean, man. He's even great in the straight story, even though he's in it for like 60 seconds.
Okay. God, she's having trouble getting on here.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. Well, no, she's asking, "Oh, can I phone in?" Oh, you can't do phone-ins on Google Hangouts. Such a bummer. She probably
just click on that link and then
she probably doesn't have the app.
That's what it is.
And it's a pain in the tail feather if you don't have it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we can't do any call-ins. So you know what? I'll have to just maybe do this as a Skype recording interview at some point in the near future.
There you go. Do a Skype with her. Tell her you'll set up a Skype chat with her.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of a bummer. I'm sorry, guys.
I would like to see. I would like to talk.
I think everyone would have wanted to. So,
yeah.
Let's see here.
Well, at least you know she wants to. That's very cool.
No, she's completely open to it, which is fantastic. So, yeah. She probably.
So it looks like it's just me tonight, Cam. What a bummer.
Damn, I was getting ready to eject you out.
That'd be fine. I'll make.
Oh, Amy's here. Hi, Amy. Bye, Hal.
Yeah, later. I would not blame you at all, man. No. Actually, just hit me with a fly swatter.
Yeah. Okay, Hal. I got to write her back. Say something else again.
Well, I'll just say Happy New Year to all my Jewish friends. How about that? It's Rosh Hashanah today. What else can I say? How about God, we've covered everything.
Actually, we haven't. There's a lot left.
What else? Give me a subject.
There's all over the internet. There's articles being written about how you can now visit Laura's house. That the woman who owns it, Mary Reber, who of course appeared in the final moments of the series. Yeah. All these websites are doing articles saying that if you make appointments with her, she'll give you the tour.
Yeah, because she did an article talking about her experience with that, and she said she was just hanging out in the kitchen or whatever, and David Lynch walks up to her and said, "Excuse me, ma'am, are you an actress by any chance?" And she's like, "No." And he goes, "Well, would you mind doing a small part in our show?" And she goes, "Sure." And she said, "Well, why is it important that you have the owner of the house be the actual owner of the house?" And he goes, "You don't need to know that." Which I thought was amusing and typically Lynch. But man, she sounded really thrilled to do it. And she seems like a really nice lady. And I feel sorry for her because Well, she did say she doesn't allow everyone in, but she said that she was well aware that the previous owners did not allow anyone in. And so she feels really like it's pleasurable for her to meet people from all over. And they're thrilled when she lets them come in and pose under the ceiling fan. And she said one of the surreal experiences was watching Sarah watch the TV that we were just talking about, because that's her TV. So they were watching Sarah watching TV, but it's their TV watching it in the house. So she said it was just layers upon layers, which was really cool. So seek out that interview with her. It's floating around. And yeah, if you're in that area, drop by and be nice to her. Because, I mean, can you imagine, Cameron, if you put that out there that everybody can come in your house and take photos? That'd be a hassle, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. That's why I was saying, I mean, it wasn't like one article. It was like at least 20 articles online talking about that. And I'd also heard that they might be selling too.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen anything about that, but I'll tell you right now. The next time that house is up for sale, I don't care what it takes. I'm going to get it. And I'm going to start doing my podcast out of Laura's bedroom.
That'd be perfect.
With her window open behind me, and I'll have like a cardboard cutout of Bob like peeking through the window or something.
Some frog moths flying around.
Exactly. No, I would have that. That this painting would look nice on your wall, like right behind me.
Right.
Yeah. No, there's no way. I mean, it would be so epic to be like, all right, to go to my car every morning. I'd climb out Laura's window and stuff.
The lady, the owner of the house, said one thing she's thankful for is that she's not in the Breaking Bad house where they're throwing pizzas on the roof. So at least she doesn't have that. People just want a shot of the ceiling fan.
Well, that's the thing. It'd be cool. The podcast would begin with me walking out into the hallway, flipping on the fan.
Yeah.
Starts to whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Cameron's zoning out on me, chatting with Amy.
Do you blame me?
No, not at all.
I'm trying to make this work, Hal.
Go for it.
Live on YouTube. Which, by the way, hang on, let me just get this sent, and then I'm going to come after you, Joel, in a second. So you just hang on.
I'm out of things to say, so now I'll have to pull out one from the past. Animal life.
No, please. No, your slogan is "Gotta light."
All right. Let's watch Cameron talk to Amy.
Well, I'm not talking to her. I'm typing one letter at a time.
What are you saying to her? Gonna let us in on the chat?
I'm letting her know about Google Hangouts as an app. And letting her know
it's a
that
fairly simple download, because I didn't have it before.
I know, but I'm not going to ask Amy Shiels downloading apps to get on our podcast.
Send her an instruction manual.
Oh, you know what we could do? If she just pops on for a minute, she could FaceTime me, and I can put her on the video.
Do it.
Okay. Again, now you got to talk more so I can do this.
I thought you were the host, man. I was just the sidekick guy. Let's see, what else can I talk about?
Yeah. Why don't you talk about?
Yeah, throw another subject.
Okay, your feelings on the finale a couple weeks out.
I only rewatched it once and enjoyed it thoroughly the second time through. I don't know that it became any clearer for me. I really got burnt out for a while there on reading everybody's theories, as cool as they are and as intricately woven and thought out as they are. I'm fascinated by it, but I did sort of get into overload with it. So I'm just, I every once in a while I'll just get an image flash in my head from the whole series and just kind of ponder that moment. But like I said earlier, I'm just kind of content letting the mystery be for a while. I don't really feel like I need to solve it or to dissect it or anything further. I enjoy reading other people's theories, but I haven't put a lot of thought into it myself. I'm just glad it happened. I think it's fun to meet other fans. Like I'll wear my shirts around if I go get some food or something like that. Just last night I had a Twin Peaks shirt on and walked by this white vehicle, and I saw the black and white zigzags on this guy's license plate frame. And I thought, oh, it looks Twin Peaksy. Maybe that's just in my head. And I looked closer, and there was red curtains. So it was a Red Room license plate frame thing. So I thought, well, I'm going to wait and see who comes out to that white car. Pretty soon, this young couple comes out. She's got a Who Killed Laura Palmer shirt on. So we sat there and chatted about season 3. And I go, yeah, I'm an original fan. So I waited 25 years. He goes, I was born in 92. So I'm 25 years old. So that was kind of cool, And I'm like, we just hit it off like multi-generation fans, and they were all totally into it. And it's just fun. That's the fun I'm having with it, more so than dissecting it and stuff right now. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. So, one of our, co-hosts that has, been on here a number of times, Eric, he wrote this huge think piece called "The End of Twin Peaks Feels Like a Bitter Breakup."
Yeah, I saw that.
And he wrote like that he was very disappointed with the finale, which a lot of people were. I was kind of half on it. I'm now kind of, I've kind of come around to enjoying it more. The more I've seen it, but I understand the people who were kind of disappointed with it.
I do too.
And I think it hits him hard because he lives in that town. So it's not just the fact that the finale he wasn't happy with it. It's the fact that now he's just surrounded by all the hotel, the diner, everywhere, every morning he drives past us, So it's just, okay, she's on. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Wow.
It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much.
Of course.
This is probably one of the most awkward interviews you probably have ever done, though.
It's not awkward.
So, hopefully we'll have you on another date so we can actually have a better image than this. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is such a random thing. I was like,
totally random.
I was like, what?
Filming, and I came home and I was quickly looking at my Twitter before I shower and go to bed, and I thought, I'll say a quick hello.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely wonderful. So, how's you're getting quite the fan reaction since the series has been on, huh?
Aw, thank you. People are so nice. Twin Peaks people are the nicest people in the world, I feel.
Oh yeah, definitely. So what are you currently working on?
I'm working on a movie in Chicago called Freelancers Anonymous. It's a nice indie comedy. It's really fun. Female empowerment.
So, Hal, do you have any questions?
I want to ask her to do the candy hand motion. Would you do that, please? I loved it when you did.
Oh, Hal likes your the candy hand motion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, real quick. I just really want to thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. Just wanted to say how much we really, really loved you on the show, and you were a character that just kind of came out of nowhere and kind of took over all of our Twin Peaks loving hearts. So.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you to say.
So, besides the obvious, working with David and all that, what are you taking away from the Twin Peaks experience?
Oh, so much. My love of finger sandwiches is now replacing my love of donuts. Is it though? No, I still love donuts. I'm trying to make finger sandwiches the new donuts.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure it's gonna happen.
So I have to ask you, does Candy wear the same thing every day, or is she like Albert Einstein and has like an entire closet of that outfit and she just picks out a new one every day?
Good question.
No answer.
I'm not allowed to answer anything.
All right.
But I do know she looks great in that costume every day. I love that she just wears it to everything. To like the insurance office, to the hospital, to work, at home. I mean, she's a minimalist.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's wonderful. It's responsible, like it means you don't have to have a different outfit all the time.
Are you
afford that. So very few people can afford a different outfit every day. And Candy shows you that you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want.
Are you allowed to say if you're working on the audio book of Mark Frost's new book coming out?
I would not be permitted to say that.
Oh, okay.
But did you enjoy the first one?
Yeah, you know what? I honestly was a little mixed on it, but that was because I didn't have any context of what this new series was going to be.
Yeah.
Now that I do, I want to go back and look at it for, what it is. Because I was kind of surprised by, just the content, because I just didn't know where it was going,
Yeah.
because it was so different from the first 2 seasons.
Of course.
But, given the context of the new show, I definitely want to go back.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. It was really fun to work on that. I love working with Mark. He's cool.
How long did it take you to record?
Oh, we just went in for we just had one appointment booked that day.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take long.
Yeah.
But I like that when he sent it to me, I do a lot of audio stuff. Normally they just send a script, but being the book that it was, they just sent me postcards and letters. So I love that. Oh, calligraphy.
Wicked Scott in the chat wants to say your portrayal of Candy was brilliant, and you suggest so much more in Candy than even given in dialogue. So obviously a lot came through your face. So that's great.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you, Scott.
Let's see.
Very nice.
Julia, she's not going to answer. Julia wants to know, could you give us any hint as to what you were saying to Tom Sizemore in the casino while filming?
Well, when you see the scene, she tells you that she was telling him about air conditioning units and the version layer. Do you not believe that?
Oh, no, I believe it. But Matthew wants to know, did you ever give Candy a last name? I mean, you don't have to reveal it. For you, when you did your character, breakdown or something like that, did you give her anything like that?
No, but no. The Rock doesn't have a last name, does he?
No, she's just Candy. She's just Candy.
She's just Candy. She's just Candy.
Exactly. Well, Amy, I seriously want to thank you so much for coming on. I don't want to keep you on too late, and
of course.
I'll be in touch soon, and we'll do a proper interview when you have more time.
Great, thanks, guys.
I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Listen, I appreciate you guys for all the candy love. I couldn't love you guys more. I'm so humbled by all of your reactions. It's been amazing. Even on the rare occasion I get a negative one, I still feel like, well, you touched someone on some level.
Completely. Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, Amy. Bye.
All right. Well, there you go.
Very cool.
Awesome.
That was excellent. Yeah. That was just like having what they say in the chat.
No, Annie is crying right now in the chat. Because I asked Annie to come on the. Here's okay. Funny backstory. So Annie says to me yesterday, she's like super happy because Amy Shiels has been retweeting and liking a lot of her tweets lately.
Mm-hmm.
So today I was thinking, hey, well, because I invited you on and I invited Annie on, and I thought, wouldn't it be great because Amy Shiels has been retweeting her stuff? I said, why don't we try and get Amy Shiels on at least on another, if not another date, then maybe tonight. Well, then Annie wrote me and said she couldn't make it tonight's podcast, and then Amy Shiels shows up.
Aw, sorry, Annie.
Yeah, sorry. So hopefully you guys are.
So the answer to how's Annie? She's bummed.
Annie says no. I asked the question for Amy. Honestly, I'm sorry, Annie. I didn't see it because I was holding the phone up and I was trying to make sure she was in focus on the camera. Okay, now that's happened, Hal. Now it's time.
She didn't do her hand move.
No, she denied you.
I guess she has to get paid for that.
Yeah, probably. I just want to throw this out there. Okay. Do you remember in Ghostbusters when Winston says to Ray, if someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Yes.
Well, somebody tweeted to Joel Bacco, who does Lost in the Movies and he does all those Fire Walk With Me videos and stuff. Mm-hmm. What are the best Twin Peaks podcasts, videos to look at? It took him 18 tweets before he got to ours.
Best for last. Best for last.
I know. That's what I told him. You saved the best for last. But I'm also thinking, Joel, I had you on the build up to the finale episode when we had Sabrina Sutherland come on. So when someone asks you, what is your favorite Twin Peaks video podcast? You say us. And now,
was it in order, or was it just random? 18.
No, I mean, there was just tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet of like of things to look at, and we were the last ones mentioned. But obviously, when we have Amy Shiels phoning in, we're awesome, Hal. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now.
It was countdown. It was a backwards countdown. It was 18-1. So
yeah. I don't know. It's so funny. I give Joel a hard time. I know he was just like, oh, you should try this, and it wasn't personal. I'm just saying that, like, Joel, I had you on here when Sabrina Sutherland was on here. That I should have been the first one you thought of. Anyway, the great thing about this, guys, is that this video is called Twin Peaks Thought of the Day. Some people are going to watch it. Some people are not going to watch it. But the people who do watch it are going to be treated to an Amy Shiels, guest appearance.
Little nuggets like that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and I love it, and that's why I love you guys in these videos so much, because you never know what's going to happen on these videos. And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, it's just a thought of the day video. It's not a watch along. It's not an instant reaction. I don't care." And these views don't get as many as some of the other videos.
Yeah,
but the ones who do watch get a little treat.
So are you going to put that in the description, or is it going to be left to? It'll be a surprise bonus. Oh, for those who watch.
Oh, I don't exploit that kind of stuff. I let people just kind of, it's a little nugget of goodness.
Yes.
And those who are watching it live get to watch it live.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that's the best part about doing these videos. You never know what's going to happen or who's going to pop on.
That's right. That was really a nice surprise.
Bell Jar Girl says, yeah, no other Twin Peaks shows has these kind of appearances. Seriously.
She was quite beautiful too, by the way. Even on your phone, man, that came through.
I was nervous.
Her face is like beautifully symmetrical.
I was trying to get her focused and engage in a question, not keep her on too long. You know what I mean? But I was trying. Oh my God, I get so nervous like with that because I wasn't prepared.
Right? Yeah, I know. There's no prep.
No prep at all. It's like I have no idea what to ask you right now.
Yeah, you just want to go, you're gorgeous.
I'm telling you, one of these days, Mr. David Lynch will show up on one of these things, and you will see me just completely flip over in the chair like Lucy does when she finds out about cell phones.
Yeah.
I'll be like, and maybe we'll both do a Gordon Cole like standoff, I'll be like, what the hell?
What the hell? Oregon!
Exactly. Oh my God, that's hilarious. John says, remember when everyone thought Candy was going to be a one-off joke? Then we got this extremely nuanced performance.
I kind of like her finger sandwiches are the new donuts thing. That could be a hashtag. Finger sandwiches are the new donuts.
Super Scout says, to all the wannabe Twin Peaks shows out there, Amy Shiels. Boom. Right Jason says, I know how YouTube works now. Yeah. SPF 50 says, if Lynch comes on, that will be nuts. Yeah, because I will do it live and put him on the spot. And he won't answer anything.
No. I don't think you're going to crack him, man. No one has yet.
No. Actually, you know what? Honestly, I wouldn't ask him. Like I've said a million times, I would never ask him anything that would put him in a spot where he could be like, well, it is what it was supposed to be. I mean,
right. Why would you want to make him uncomfortable on any level?
No, but I'd ask him stuff, just like what it was like weather-wise or, that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm. You know what I think would be cool is just to have him come on. Don't ask him any questions. Just have him on here and we all sit and smoke a cigarette. And then he's gone. That'd be badass. Like I've said before on another podcast, I remember a while ago I was in contact with Julie Cruz and
She had expressed interest in coming on these videos, but she didn't want to come on and talk Twin Peaks or David Lynch or anything like that. She wanted to come on and talk entertainment news. And I wrote her and I said, you really want to come on and talk about Ben Affleck becoming Batman? She goes, that sounds like fun. And I thought, wouldn't that be so random? Hello, and welcome to the entertainment news video today. My guest today is Julie Cruz, and today we're going to talk about Ben Affleck is now Batman.
I swear if you propose that to David Lynch, I'm not going to ask you any questions. I just want you to come on. We're all going to just smoke a cigarette. When the cigarette's done, goodbye. Don't have to say anything. Just smoke a cigarette with us. I'll bet he would do it, man.
Well, you know what?
It'd be the greatest.
We've had Sabrina on here, so we're close.
Yeah.
You know, when I read that Entertainment Weekly interview, they contacted Sabrina, and Sabrina patched them into David.
Because if that, that may be just novelty enough where he would go, oh, that's different. I haven't been asked to do that yet. They're not going to ask me anything, so there's no bullshit. I'm just going to come on, smoke a cigarette with them.
But I don't smoke.
Well, you would for that, wouldn't you? Have your first one, man. I'll send you a carton.
That's hilarious. All right. Just want to let people know that North Bend, obviously, the site of several of the Twin Peaks locations, is next August putting on their first film festival. And they're going to cater to the avant-garde filmmakers, which is pretty cool. And they got some really good people on their board of advisory. They got people from Tribeca there. They got actress Barbara Crampton there. She is from Reanimator. Okay. And she's been in a number of other things too. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that they're going to do their own Telluride kind of Sundance Film Festival up there. That'll bring in a lot of cool people and obviously boost the economy.
Good to get an art scene going in that area. That would be very, very cool.
Yeah, George is like, you got to make your short film stat. I'm not going to play my Twin Peaks fan film at the North Bend Festival. No. I'd play something else, but no. No. If I made a fan film, I would play at the Twin Peaks Festival, not the North Bend Film Festival. That would be insane.
Too bad. Speaking of the Twin Peaks Festival, it's too bad that Kenneth Welsh, declined the UK festival. I was really interested to hear.
I thought he was booked.
No, he canceled.
Okay. Well, let's not be upset about that. It could be, he got sick or something.
Yeah. Well, I think he had some a job came up or something like that, which is
then bless his heart.
It'd be nice if it was season 4, but I don't think so.
They're not going to bring back Kenneth Welsh for season 4. Besides, Wyndham Earle was a tulpa. Didn't you know this?
Right. Exactly.
Well, the other thing that I excuse about the whole Diane thing is because I've been trying to process this whole Diane in a relationship with Cooper. And it's like, okay, if he didn't come to Twin Peaks because Laura Palmer didn't die, then obviously he could have gotten in a relationship with Diane, but that doesn't change the Wyndham Earle thing either, right? So even if Diane had not been put in the Red Room or the above the convenience store by Mr. C, maybe she still has knowledge of it. She has knowledge of it still, even if they rewrite the timeline, because she would be the one that would be kidnapped by Wyndham Earle to go in there. Maybe not. I don't know. Because it doesn't, you can save Laura Palmer all you want. It doesn't change the fact that Wyndham Earle comes to town.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, Twin Peaks Outside the City Limits says the premiere was great in 92 in the North Bend Theater with Lynch. So Film Fest will be great. George is
that's one I wish if I could go back in a time machine, I would go and attend that first Twin Peaks festival where Lynch appeared. That would have been amazing.
George says, Cameron, get Kenneth Welsh on the podcast. Listen, I would be in heaven if Wyndham Earle was on here. Mm-hmm. Super Scout says you should make Hal one of the woodsmen. Oh, in my video, in my fan film, you should be a woodsman.
I don't have the burly Abe Lincoln beard though. can't get that together.
Okay, now this Amy Shiels thing has gotten to everybody's heads because they're now saying they want to get Kyle and Lynch on here. I would love it. I would love it. But I honestly have no idea what I would say to them.
That's why I think it would be cool to just be silent. Kyle can drink some wine. Lynch can smoke a butt. And we'll just hang out, just silently. I think that would be the greatest.
We'd have 6,000 people watching us live.
Right. That'd be so cool.
That would be amazing. So, all right.
We could sweep the floor and stuff in the background, just hang out.
Yeah, I'm just having fun, guys. George is like, one step at a time, Cameron. You can do it. I'm just having fun, guys. How's Annie says, get smiley face all caps. That'd be
get them all, yeah.
Yeah. Wicked Scott says, Cam, book a full cast and crew panel now. Beljar Girl says, you would get even more subscriptions. Yes, but I want to wait until I'm on my main channel for that.
Back live so everybody can watch live too.
Exactly. I'm on my underground network.
Yeah. Right. Below the radar. Hey, what about Mark Frost since the book's coming out?
You know what though? I've touched base with Mark Frost, and he honestly, as far as I'm aware, since the return, he's gone underground.
Yeah, but he'll reemerge for the book release, won't he?
Hopefully, but he hasn't done interviews at all about season 3, aka the return. So I mean, he just kind of did.
Maybe he didn't like it. He's in the camp that didn't like it. When he watched the final result, he's gone. It's like, no, that's
oh lordy. So Amy Shiels just tweeted us. Thanks for having me on just now, Obnoxious and Anonymous. Always a joy to say hi to fellow Twin Peaks enthusiasts XXX.
Sweet.
So we were all kissed tonight by Amy Shiels. Fantastic.
And it was XXX. There's no XOXO, it's just XXX, which is even better.
XXX is always a sign of quality.
Exactly.
Let's see here. Stephanie says, I think if Laura was alive, she would have won Miss Twin Peaks. Then Wyndham Earl would have taken her to the lodge. Wicked Scott says, can we in the chat all be the Blue Rose fans since we were here? Yeah. And we're definitely not Tulpas.
The Pine Weasel was a Tulpa.
we should tell Lynch that we're gonna watch Inland Empire on 36 screens simultaneously, and we can do recorded commentary in 45 seconds because it will be over. It's about a woman in trouble. Thank you, guys.
Right.
Actually, remember when someone said, David Lynch, what is Wild at Heart about? And he says, it's about an hour and 45 minutes.
I like, with all that watching in sync simultaneous theories, right? Richard, remember, he's been on with us, Richard from England.
Yes.
He said you have to listen to all of the soundtracks simultaneously to get the full effect. You have to listen to them all together. Play them both at once.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go through some recent fan things that have been said to us lately and pick out some good ones here. And then we're going to go because I don't think tonight can get any more exciting than it already did. So
it's hard to follow up Amy Shiels. Yeah.
Yeah, completely. Unless she passes that link. No, because she called in. I was going to say, if she passed that link to other people, then all of a sudden
they just start popping in.
Yeah. That you know what? Honestly, that almost happened the day of the premiere of the return, because Sabrina had our link and she said, "Do you mind if I share it with other people?" So I didn't know who was going to pop up that day.
Do you mind if I share it with other people? It's like, please do.
No, I was like, go ahead. And so I was like really nervous. And I remember like saying to Debbie, I was like, well, I don't know who's going to be on here. And she goes, oh, I better get my makeup on. And if you see the video of the day of the finale, Debbie pops on, sees that Sabrina Sutherland is on the video, and then she leaves real quick. She's like, Cameron, you didn't tell me this was going to be a real podcast today.
Real stuff.
It's always real here, Hal, on this channel. Always.
It is. It's as blue as it gets.
I'm telling you. I think. Listen, I haven't listened to a lot of the David Lynch Twin Peaks podcast, so I can't say this for sure. I just know that for myself, I have the best time, on the planet whenever I do these videos, and I can't fathom if other people are having as much fun as we do on these videos. I just can't imagine. And maybe they do, and that's great. But I'm just saying, for me, I'm just on cloud nine doing these videos.
Hey man, I agree. The show was the pinnacle of the summer, but doing these, between episodes and doing the instant reactions with you after each episode enhanced my experience. I'll never forget the summer of 2017 of Twin Peaks. And this was a big part of it,
Completely. I mean, I couldn't have done it with you guys. I mean, honestly, it was a ride, and it was truly a ride, not in terms of the show, but in terms of doing these videos.
Yeah.
Getting
I still look back at part 8 and we were like, what do we say now? The show ended 30 minutes ago and our brains are going tilt.
Completely. No, it was, getting booted off YouTube, creating an underground network, creating a new channel in the VidMe account. I mean, we went through, I felt like Cooper becoming Dougie back to Cooper. I mean, like part 8 was literally us getting zapped.
Yeah.
And then the new channels were like us going through the outlet.
Your Dougie phase. And now soon we'll be all reintegrated.
Exactly.
You can look straight in the camera and go, I am obnoxious and anonymous.
No, honestly, that title was always created as a joke.
Yeah,
it was always a joke because it was like, I remember talking with friends years ago about how all the comments that you see like on Yahoo or Ain't It Cool News or whatever at the time was like, they were the most obnoxious comments, but they were all by anonymous. Or you never knew who it was. Yeah. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to just have a YouTube channel called that, but I would always introduce myself. We would never be, hiding behind masks and stuff. It would just be us. I have to say that sometimes that title has gotten in the way, though, of trying to book guests because they don't know who you are.
Right.
You're what? You're obnoxious and anonymous. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like this cartoonist that I like. Her name's Julia Wirtz, and her comic strip she started when she was like young and an alcoholic, and she called it The Fart Party, and then it became real popular, and so she was stuck with that name for years, and she tried to expand it and stuff, but it was like, what's your strip called? The Fart Party. You're like, what? It's just, you get saddled with that name that you chose a long time ago.
No, but I like the name, and I think it's unique.
Yeah, it's cool,
and it's funny because anybody who does subscribe to us realizes that we're not that way.
Exactly.
Even though we are, for some reason, the most hated like Twin Peaks podcast of like on the internet. Apparently, it's hilarious to me. I mean,
I don't understand that. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't get that at all.
I don't know, but it is what it is. Yeah. I don't understand it. How I just live my life.
That's all you can do, man. All you can do.
But now I'm going through some of the comments here that we've gotten, and basically, a lot of them are, just very complimentary, just, really thanking us for, doing all these videos and basically like they feel like they took the journey with us, which is honestly what I wanted to do. I mean, we've been doing these Twin Peaks videos for years, but when the return got announced, and then I told everybody when the show comes out, we're going to be on hyperdrive because I used to do like a Twin Peaks thought of the day, like, I don't know, once every couple weeks, maybe once every 3 weeks.
Mhm.
And I said, when this show comes out, where this channel is just becoming, this is going to be the summer of Lynch for me. I'm not going to talk about anything else but Twin Peaks. And,
Yeah.
you know, I was pumping out 3 to 4 videos a week
Yeah,
that are like 2 to 3 hours long, sometimes 4.5 hours long about the subject. And I honestly would never have kept going. I mean, I probably would have, but you know what I mean? Like the rate I was going if I didn't have the support.
Yeah.
And I joke saying, "Oh, we're the most hated podcast," but there is an element of truth to it for whatever reason. And I'm so glad that we have kind of like this underground little network that, you know, we know we're having a great time here, and the fans are having a great time, and that's what matters.
I mean, you know, forget all the negativity. There's so much love in the Twin Peaks community, and it's so cool that the cast, like Amy tonight, you know, it's like Twin Peaks fans are the best. Every time you see Kyle MacLachlan talk about it, he you know, shouts out to the fans and stuff, and you know, it's a beautiful thing.
No, it completely is, and I just want to say I could never have done this all without everybody. I mean, not just the fans, but you, Hal, and Mandy, and Annie, and Eric, and Richard, and Frank, and, you know, I'm sure I'm forgetting other people. There's a lot of people who came in, made like one guest appearances and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't just do this by myself. You know,
yeah, it's hard to just chat into thin air. You know, even with the chat going on the side.
Well, you'll notice
have somebody to talk to.
You'll notice that there are other Twin Peaks videos out there where it is kind of one person talking to the camera, and those videos are typically 15, 20 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I could have done 4.5 hours like all by myself, except for that one day when I read the entire Fire Walk with Me screenplay.
I remember that, yeah.
Oh my God, that was a nightmare. But yeah, you know, it's just, I don't know. I you know, people are so nice and supportive, and you know, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say except thank you. Let's see here. Barbecue 08 says Sabrina Sutherland, I think, said during her Ask Me Anything interview that all the footage that was shot was used in the film in The Return, meaning there's probably not much deleted. There may not be extra scenes, but I'm sure there were alternate takes of like, let's try it this way, let's try it this way, you know.
Do you think they would release alternate takes?
No,
I don't either.
But I think I don't know where I heard this, so I could be totally off, but I think I heard something about Richard Nevins saying that Lynch could like almost put together like an alternate version with using alternate takes and that type of thing. And I thought, oh, that'd be
so like every scene has 2 or 3 takes, so you could actually assemble a full alternate 18-hour version, all with alt takes. Wouldn't that be fascinating to see?
Well, I would love to just see Lynch working with Kyle on some of the Dougie mannerisms. Like, you know, that's a little too much, Kyle. Let's pull it back. You know?
Hopefully we'll get that in that behind the scenes feature.
Won't happen.
You don't think we'll see him directing stuff?
We will never see his process.
You don't think?
We saw a little bit of his process in Inland Empire when he told Laura Dern, "You're gonna shoot yourself in the crotch."
Right.
That's one of the greatest moments of behind the scenes.
But there's a have you seen that the Lost Highway or the Mulholland Drive behind the scenes stuff? There's like a 45-minute video on YouTube of them shooting Mulholland Drive.
You know what? I saw that. I haven't.
It was great.
I haven't looked at it yet.
Oh, you got to watch that, man. It's really cool. There's a lot of that stuff. I hope there's stuff like that on the season 3 disc.
Yeah.
Because that was really fun to watch. Tons of footage of him directing them.
How's Annie says this podcast is anti-Garmonbosia. Well, thank you.
Yay.
Well, because honestly, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I always thought that this podcast, I always designed it from day one, even before The Return, that this would be the podcast you could go to if you were a David Lynch Twin Peaks like fiend, or, you know, Twin Peaks expert or whatever, you know. This was we weren't going to be discussing, who is Joan Chen, who is Josie Packard. This wasn't going to be Twin Peaks 101. This was going to be like, you've seen the show, you've internalized the show, it backwards, forwards, and now we're rolling.
Right.
And I love that.
Me too.
And I'm not putting down anybody else. I'm just saying, for me, that was the choice I made. That this wasn't going to be the Twin Peaks 101 introductory podcast. This was going to be for super fans.
It's a good choice. I like that. I collect comic books, so I like that show Comic Book Men that follows The Walking Dead on AMC, because it's just guys hanging out in the comic store talking about nerdy comic stuff. They're not going, there's this character called Spider-Man. It's like, you already know all that stuff. Now we're just talking. We're nerds,
Right.
I love that.
Jeffrey asks in the one of the comments here, I'm still trying to figure out how and why Dougie's ring was in Briggs's stomach. Got any thoughts? Hal?
I don't have any thoughts. That's just one of those mysteries. Like I said, I haven't really been tearing it apart and analyzing it so much. It was fun to do while it aired, but now that it's finished, I really don't care about all the minutia. I just liked it. I just enjoyed it, and I'll rewatch it again. And I'm more like into the images of it and the moments of it, rather than trying to put the puzzle together.
If Major Briggs can time travel, then why couldn't he just get to Dougie's place and take his ring and then get out of there?
But why did he put it in his stomach?
Because he was about to be killed.
So they would find it like a clue to leave a clue? But
because if they took his head, obviously it's in his stomach.
Yeah.
That's my feeling, is that,
what was his purpose for swallowing it? Did he know it would be found in the way that, I guess Major Briggs is pretty prescient, so he might have seen his own demise, but was he going to poop it out later for another purpose? Or
I think when he was about to be killed, he popped it in.
Right.
I don't think he swallowed it probably till the night he died. Like, he knew it was coming.
Gotcha.
That's at least just my take on it.
Yeah.
Because he knew that would lead to, the tulpa and all that stuff. And honestly, I can't. I never imagined in my life I would say tulpa as much as I have in the last month.
Well, yeah. I think, the more you realize that, the Vedic religion is where Lynch's head is at, that answers a lot of unanswerable stuff. The concept of the tulpa and all that comes from that. So,
Bill in the comments says, Cameron, why no show audio? Other vlogs have Twin Peaks sound and video, especially for the watch along episodes. And I replied back, those who show video or audio have their days numbered on YouTube.
Yeah,
because CBS Showtime was going after anybody like that was posting that kind of stuff. If you broke it up, maybe not, but those who would watch the whole video.
Yeah. Just have it playing in the background.
Yeah. Some people, I know this, I think this happened to Annie and she made the case that hey, you can't even barely hear the video. It's just you hear me more than the video, but she got flagged by them for one of them, which is unfortunate. I know other people got flagged for them, but, maybe you could get away with that a year from now or something. But at the time, CBS Showtime, it's really hot in the zeitgeist. So they were looking for anything they could find to pull off. Cause people were posting videos of, all the side-by-side things and things like that. And those are still up, but
Showtime's going, can we make our money back before we allow free rebroadcasting of it?
Yeah. SBF 50 says, I think you just have to edit every 30 seconds or so. I was always in the impression it was 10. But who's to know that, Twin Peaks Outside the City Limits says, we know it well, no video needed. I always thought with the watch alongs, because there was no audio, there was no video, that if I or me and the guests just never shut up, you'd be able to know where we were at all times.
Yeah.
And so if you listen to my comments, I'm always screen specific. so that you would know, like, okay, he's at this point. He's, so we can sync up.
Right.
That was always my attempt. I'm very audience conscious on.
See, I never like doing the watch-alongs because I can't. Once the show's on, I'm just like, I can't say anything. I'm just immersed in the show.
And people gave me a lot of
narrate along.
People gave me a lot of crap for that, Hal. I mean, when I would have other people on the watch-alongs, they would be like, "Get rid of all these people. We want Hal. We want Hal." And I would write back, "Hal doesn't want to do the watch-alongs."
I'm not good at the watch-alongs because I get sucked into the show and then I shut up.
Yeah, completely. Let's see here. I'm trying to find some other reading these things. Oh yeah, Kenneth writes, this was very touching. He wrote, this episode of the podcast, which was the final watch along that I did with Mandy and Annie, with your final watch alongs, effectively brings your weekly coverage of Twin Peaks as a currently airing show to a conclusion. I must say I've had a great time following these videos every week since the 3rd season started. I'll definitely be sticking around this channel into the future, but hearing your reactions and predictions has been a treat. This has been my main source of Twin Peaks discussion during the airing of the series, so thank you.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Really
so
cool.
Why don't we take some last comments in the actual chat, and then we're going to get going. And
okay.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Niles says your YouTube watch-alongs are always out of sync. That's because you guys are on a PAL system over there in England. Let's see. John says this has been the show I've enjoyed the most. In terms of the Twin Peaks or this podcast or tonight's podcast, or I don't know. SMH9000 says Doppelkoop made him swallow the Dougie ring to frame Dougie Coop for the murder. Framing the good Cooper always seemed like his MO. Briggs' body was discovered after the Dougie Coop switch. That's an interesting theory. Twin Peaks Outside the City Limit says, thanks, Cameron and Hal. Have a great night and many Monica Bellucci dreams. Well,
Amy Shiels dreams.
Hey, now, Hal, if you go back to that initial reaction, he didn't even know who Monica Bellucci was.
I did not. Now I do.
SPF 50 says, fire walk with me, watch along when? It's too good to pass up in the context of having just finished. You know what I would love to do? I'd love to do the Fire Walk with Me fan edit watch along.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
That'd be pretty awesome. But
Although not many people would have it.
No, but they could follow along.
Yeah, because they would have the missing pieces so they know how it's assembled.
Yeah. Let's see here. SPF 50 says, did you ever see Wild Palms? I saw a few minutes of it back in the day. I didn't really groove to it because Hal and I have talked about this before. That anything that tried to be like Twin Peaks after Twin Peaks, we weren't interested. That's why at the time I never even watched the X-Files.
I didn't watch the X-Files either, and I was not receptive to Wild Palms. I did like Northern Exposure though. And I just saw that on like one of the all-time hated TV series lists or something. I liked it.
Yeah. Robert says, this has been a great experience, not just this summer, but the channel as a whole. I'm excited for the mysteries the future holds for us. Hey, I'm excited about who's going to show up on the next podcast. You never know.
So I saw some sort of poll. Which would you rather, if you knew there was more, would you rather see next a movie, a Fire Walk with Me type movie, or season 4? Which would you like to see first?
Well, season 4, because that first night we got 2 Fire Walk with Me's. That first night.
I mean, if it could only be one or the other.
Yeah, I want the series.
I'd want season 4, but
I don't want another movie.
If we could have both, I wouldn't mind an interim movie that might be like all like flashback stuff, and then season 4.
Sure, but there'll never be another theatrical Twin Peaks movie in our.
No, not theatrical, but aired on Showtime. But just like Twin Peaks special event, 3 hours, and then season 4. Like next year we'd get a 3-hour one, and then 3 years later we'd get season 4. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the people really want to do the fire walk with me, watch along. I know a lot. We're gonna do all the Lynch stuff, okay? So don't worry, we're not stopping.
Yeah, because after the book comes out, things are going to dry up a bit as far as new stuff. So that's the time.
And did you hear that I'm actually, when the price drops again, I'm actually going to rebuy The Secret History of Twin Peaks.
Good for you. You're finally. Well, I mean,
no,
you have to have it in your collection.
Well, here's the reality of it. I got the book. Amazon like destroyed it in the shipping of it.
Right. So that was a little more incentive to return something.
So I read it through. I mean, I liked parts of it. I didn't like the majority of it. Yeah. And so I needed to return it anyway to Amazon, and Amazon gives you the choice. Do you want us to send you a new copy or just get your money back? And so I just opted to get my money back.
Did you get the audiobook?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the way I read it. I just listened to the audiobook and followed along with the book. That was a good way
totally. But given now I have, like I was telling Amy, and again, I don't want to, I'm not trying to like make people like say things that I make things sound better. She asked me if I
go ahead, speak your mind.
She asked me if I liked the book, and I said, it's all right.
You like Larry David? Yeah.
Well, no, it's like I said, given the context of what we now know in the series, I can now go back and look at it, and I'm sure some parts are still not going to hold up, but now I have a context for it.
Right.
And she said that she's not at liberty to say if she's involved in the new Mark Frost book. So what do you think that means? 60%?
It's interesting that they're still on lockdown like that,
They're all on lockdown. Even bit actors are on lockdown still.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That doesn't that portend more, do you not think? I mean, it would have to mean that there's more to come, because what are they hiding at this point,
That's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. That's yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're Showtime's thinking up something, I think. And I think until they know, maybe they have everybody on lockdown until they meet with David and Mark and figure out what is indeed going on.
That would make sense. They don't want anybody to do anything that would impact it negatively, even minutely, because they're still waiting for.
And we know how fragile Lynch. David is.
Right.
He was in there, then he was out, then he was back.
Yes.
Right? So I think that, remember, and Lynch said he wasn't going to discuss it with Showtime until after it was over.
Right.
So let's lock everyone down, because you never know.
Right.
He might want to do something more with the mother who lost the little boy. Right. So lock her down.
Right. Because we don't want him to become temperamental and say, screw it, I'm going to go make another table. F season 4.
Yeah, he'll be like, yeah. Now, what would be epic, of course, if we got him on this podcast and he's smoking the cigar.
Right.
And he's like, well, fellas, I'm out of here. And I'm like, okay, David. And he goes, season 4 next summer. And then he clicks out.
Yeah, exclusive. Man. Talk about Twin Peaks worldwide. You'd be all over that.
I'd follow it. Let's see. People are having.
What brand of cigarettes does David Lynch smoke? Do we know?
I have no idea.
I don't either. That'd be interesting. I'd like to find that out.
Maybe I would do an Inland Empire thing and say, without Laura Dern, there'd be no cheese, and I'd just be sitting here just popping Velveeta in or something. My wife would be like, Velveeta is not cheese. It is, damn it.
If we did that silent thing with the cast, Lynch with the cigarette, Kyle with the wine, we got to get Jennifer Jason Leigh on Cheetos, by the way.
Oh my God!
Add her to the mix.
Listen.
She just sits and eats Cheetos.
If you want to see me a babbling mess,
yeah,
you get Jennifer Jason Leigh on this podcast.
I
will be like, because she honestly is one of my all-time cinema crushes.
Beautiful.
And I'm not talking about her looks, even though I think she's amazing, good looking. I'm talking about her performances.
Oh yeah, I like her too. She's great.
The more insane, drugged out of control she is, the better I love her. If you see her in Dolores Claiborne and she's like popping pills and screaming at Kathy Bates, I'm like, this is such a turn on.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check that one out.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, cool.
It is fantastic. Hal, I'm looking for one thing, guys, and then Hal, is there anything else you want to talk about before we go?
No, I think I'm spent for the evening. We've covered the waterfront.
We have covered a lot, and we had an unexpected, amazing guest show up.
Definitely.
Let's see here. How do I? All right. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to keep you guys here. I'm going to put a little treat for you here. Please don't announce anything about this. Go online, okay, guys? Thank you.
What was that?
Oh, it won't let me. Sorry, guys. Not even gonna.
Won't let you post link to the chat.
I was gonna post a link to something, and it wouldn't let me. It was too much. It was too much. Too many digits.
Too many characters.
Too many characters.
I don't even think that's the case, because I tried to do a URL that was short and it wouldn't let me. It's just no links.
No, it will only let me do 200. 200 links. So, and tiny URL it. You know what, guys? I don't know how to do this stuff live, so
yeah, just go to tiny URL. Search that.
You guys cannot post links in the chat, but I can because I'm hosting it. So
okay.
That's why I'm even trying to do that. But okay. So Hal, who do we want on this podcast? I want as many people as possible, but I definitely would love to have, Cheryl Lee and Jennifer Jason Leigh and Ray Wise, and ask him, so how was it coming back for 5 seconds?
Yeah. Hey Ray, how did it feel to be criminally underused?
I know. It was so sad.
That's a real disappointment, And we should talk about things that we wish we would have seen if we had our druthers. That would be right at the top for me. More Ray Wise.
Well, it makes sense. He's there.
Yeah.
And they showed it. They showed his face again from the Fire Walk With Me footage when he's peeping out the window and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's just so good. And like somebody else said, season 3 Fargo used him better than Twin Peaks did.
Yeah. People are. Yeah. Hal Zanny's like, you need Kyle. I know you want Kyle on the show, and you want to make sure you're there. You're there for it. She'll be like, I will be awake for that show. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I will be here for that. And then Hal and I will get up and leave, and Annie, we'll leave you alone with Kyle on the video.
Wait, I didn't agree to that. I like me some Kyle.
They're saying Grace Zabriskie.
Oh yeah,
that would be great. Let's see here. Yeah, Dana Ashbrook, Machen Amick. I mean, I think I've tried to get Machen Amick before, but she's just super, super busy all the time.
She is.
She's
anybody from the original cast would be the greatest,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I would be open to talk to anybody. I mean, I've interviewed Ian Buchanan, Michael Horse, Kathy Nicholson, Walter Lipkowitz.
I think it'd be cool to talk to Freddie, man. Green Glove guy.
Well, you saw what would happen with Frank.
Yeah, he had his picture with him.
No, they went and hung out at a bar together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank, who's been on our podcast, who does his own Twin Peaks interviews. Yeah, he met up with the actor. What's his name?
I forget what his name is.
But he played Freddy, you know, the one that defeated Bob while Cooper was staying around doing nothing.
He'll always be Freddy to me. I don't need to know his real name.
Yeah, so Frank, who's been on these podcasts, hung out with Freddy one night at a bar with some friends, and that sounds like a smashing good time.
Now, somebody said he's like a dialect expert, but that he's actually is a real Cockney. Is that true, or have you heard that?
I don't know.
I heard that somewhere, where he can do a lot of dialects, but he actually is a Cockney guy. So.
Oh, and Hal Zanny says his name is Jake.
Jake.
George says you need to get James Marshall on this podcast again, because he's been on here before, and
He's always cool,
and have him sing "Just You." I think that's a higher pitched like voice of his. I don't think that's his real. You know, I think it's his voice, but I think they pitched it. I always
thought that too, that it was like some pitch thing just for effect, but
yeah.
You never know, because he's talked about how it was hard for him to sing in that key, that he didn't know it was going to be in that key.
Right.
And also that there's that one part where his voice actually does crack, and they just left it in there. They would correct it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can hear him. He gets way off key at one of the phrases.
Right. Yeah. George says, I love that song. I don't care what anyone says. Exactly. Yeah. So
seriously.
But yeah, well,
it's become iconic.
Well, now that you know, the series is currently over, you know, we're going to continue these videos. We're going to continue the conversations, the discussions, the interviews, and we're going to have a lot of fun here. So I hope you guys don't go anywhere. And
hey, what are you going to do for Halloween? Are you going to dress up? Are you going to be a Twin Peaks character?
Yeah, I'm going to be a tea kettle.
It's not a tea kettle. It's a tin machine.
I mean, smoking a cigar, spitting out figure eights, spitting out the infinity symbol.
You could be Candy. You'd look good in that dress.
No. Amy Shiels will never come on again.
Come on, she might let you borrow one. She probably has one in her closet. She'd loan you. Now that you're friends.
Wicked Scott writes in the comments, well, now that Amy Shiels and I are an item, I won't forget you guys. She's in Chicago. I'm in California. She's closer to Hal.
True. About 6 hours away, yeah.
Oh, boy. But anyway, yeah, super, super fun. Oh, George says I should be Gordon Cole for Halloween. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
You got the earbuds.
Don says, hopefully there's another season so you can be live on your main channel for a season. Hey, we were going to be live on the main channel until insane people decided to come after me. So, so it would have continued the whole time on that channel. So it wasn't, you know, so if another season came, someone could be a jerk and do that again. So,
yeah, there was a lot of missed opportunities because you couldn't go live, you know, like we talked about doing something special for the finale, but you know, we still had fun anyway. So,
well, you're talking about something fun for for that, but yeah. I'm talking about but come on, we had Sabrina Sutherland on.
Well, no, I mean just the location where we're gonna do one live from. We threw that around.
Yeah, we talked about doing the countdown to the finale live from the Sailor's Lodge.
Yeah,
we were gonna rent out like one of their main rooms and do the whole thing in there.
So I had my vacation that week. I would have done it too, man.
Oh man, it was going to be epic, but unfortunately YouTube didn't want to be cooperative. How's Annie says, P.S. Amy liked my tweet, Cam. Amy likes all your tweets, Annie, apparently. She's following you and just liking everything you tweet out. So yeah, no. Listen, I got to just say a big thank you to Amy for doing that. I was hoping that we would have her on at another time, and it looks like we still are going to, which is great. It was a wish fulfillment to just kind of get her on to pop on for a second, and she did it. So people like that, like, it just makes me a fan for life.
Yeah.
You know? It's like Bruce Campbell. If you ever see him at a convention, he's doing autographs. He will stay until the last person is in line, gets his autograph.
Yeah.
And why? Because that creates his fan base.
I saw Dweezil Zappa live, and he did the same thing. He stood at the side of the stage until everybody that wanted something signed got it signed. And the place was empty. There was like 10 people left, and he still had a couple people that wanted that autograph, and he was hanging out there. And then he finally left once everybody was gone.
John Waters did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what Amy Shiels did tonight was she made me a fan of hers forever.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she made a fan of you guys forever as well. Even if you liked her as Candy in Twin Peaks, the fact that she did what she just did tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you guys were live for it. She just made fans out of a few hundred people right now, which is
super cool.
Yeah. And that means I'll support her and whatever she does moving forward.
Yeah.
So thank you. And I look forward to our longer interview when you're not FaceTiming me.
Get her to do the hand thing, man, when she comes back on.
No, I have a feeling she's going to be top secret. Why? Because she's on lockdown, because she's coming back for season 4, baby. So, yeah, everyone's just super nice. And thank you guys. You guys, I asked you guys to hope and pray that she'd find a way onto our chat. She was unable to, but Hal, she could have easily just been like, "Oh, sorry guys, can't make it."
Yeah.
No, she was like, "Let's do it on Skype."
Yeah, give me a workaround.
Well, Skype won't patch into Google Hangouts. Well, why don't, and I said, "Well, why don't we call and you can FaceTime me? Let's do it." She could have easily at any moment just been like, "Sorry guys, this is way too much."
Yeah, come on, I can't get it together.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm in awe. I'm in awe that I'm surrounded by such wonderful people, that I have such wonderful co-hosts that come on these shows, and that this podcast can still be so full of surprises.
Yeah.
And
the cool thing is the love goes back and forth from the cast to the fans, you know?
Yeah. And from us to the viewers that watch us. I mean, it's like this whole, and that's why it just cracks me up whenever I hear people go like, "Oh, that obnoxious anonymous channel. Oh, Cameron." Oh, I'm like, where are you getting this from? I'm never nothing but nice to everybody. So unless you're a complete jerk off to me, then. but then you have it coming, you know.
Exactly.
So guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. You know, stay subscribed to all the channels, and we'll be back soon. We're going to be doing more videos about all types of things. I put out a questionnaire last night on Twitter asking people, besides Twin Peaks and David Lynch stuff, what are some other things you guys want to see? And some people said they wanted to do, you know, just a variety of different things. They do other watch-alongs, other commentaries, other discussions of other TV shows and movies and stuff like that. So, you know, we'll be branching out, but we're never going to stop the David Lynch Twin Peaks videos. So. There it is.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time. Take it easy. Bye.
Thanks for having me back, Cameron.
Of course. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.